This ought to be interesting, huh? How you doing, Arcana? There we go. My fate, along with my fellow competitors, will be announced right now. See how this goes, huh?
What's going on, Arc fam? This is Arc Live!
It's a very cathartic feeling when you hit something.
What happened?
That was a good wrench.
Welcome to Arc
I'm doing alright. Anxious, to say the least, about what's to come.
Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining us for this special edition
Danny!
of Arc Live, the road to the Arc World Tour Finals.
Yes, sir. This is your area of purview, Braun. You've been killing it, getting things ready for Arc World Tour Finals. I know you have a bunch of information for us, but we have other stuff going on right now. And if you guys haven't seen it, we're just going to fill you in on what we've been up to lately.
Yeah, Nightbot's alive. We're good. Our
We've
restream bot's alive.
been working on Double Dragon Revive, and
YouTube
at
is safe.
the Game Awards, we actually got the chance to unveil that it is available for pre-order. We've also demoed it at Brazil Game Show, at Tokyo Game Show, and for the first time in the U.S., we're going to be demoing Double Dragon Revive at Arc World Tour Finals 2024.
Yep, you guys will be able to get your first-hand experience with the game. This is the revival of the series, bring it to a fully 3D experience. You guys
I like the
check out
Guilty Gear Strive
the trailer,
soundtrack.
which
Not
we'll
all of
get
them,
to
but I like a lot of
right
them.
now.
It's a good soundtrack. I think this is the same trailer from the Game Awards.
Let's get this done. It is time we settle this. Shadows surround you. Let's go. No time to waste. Feel the dragon's wrath.
I've never played nor seen anything or any gameplay or anything of Double Dragon, so this is entirely new to me.
Let's end this.
October 23rd.
All right, that was the trailer that we aired at the Game Awards for Double Dragon Revive. It is currently available for pre-order on PlayStation, Steam, and Xbox, so please make sure to go get it today. And something that we're excited to do in light of Double Dragon Revive.
Look at him on the right. Look at him on the right. He looks so serious. He
He
looks so serious.
some of these signed artworks from the original artist of Double Dragon. You might be able to see, hopefully, a little bit. We got Billy, Jimmy, and Marion. These are going to go live on our socials within the next week, so please stay tuned for that announcement as it happens. And yeah, just be excited for it. Go to pre-order Double Dragon Revive.
Yeah, these two were the ones that that let me try Nen Impact at Evo. These were the two guys in charge of that.
Socials, and scroll back a little bit. We'll be reposting some of that stuff heading into the release of the game. So there's lots of cool stuff from the action figures to some of the retro, designed T-shirts and hoodies and whatnot. So a bunch of cool stuff, especially if you've never.
The guy on the left, Danny God, I've known for years. Like first time I talked to this guy was pretty much before I was even in the FGC.
Something else
I joined some of his online tournaments before I ever went to my first offline.
Live where we showcase the reveal of Moral. We had to delay a little bit, and so if you haven't seen it already, let's go ahead and show the trailer for Moral, the latest character for Hunter x Hunter Net Impact.
We get to once again see the set play in the mix. I still think the game looks more polished since the last time we saw it. Like the characters, at least to me, just look a lot better right now. Maybe I might just be blind, or it might just be copium. But but to me, at least graphics-wise, it looks better. Deep purple. Oh, no release date yet. Lame.
I've said it so many times how much I love Hunter x Hunter as a series, how much I'm loving Hunter x Hunter and then Impact and everything that we're seeing from it. I'm really looking forward to seeing what people are able to put together with Moral and his
What's up,
kid.
Katara?
I'm sure you guys are just going to blow it out of the water. This is another title that you got to make sure to wishlist. It's currently available to wishlist on Steam and PlayStation. Yeah, look forward to more announcements. I think we only have one other character's PV to show.
Yes, which for those who were paying attention back during EVO and saw the opening video, they know who that character is. We're not gonna say the character's name just now, but you guys can look forward to that coming soon. And yeah, Moral looks every subsequent character continues to look more and more egregious.
We're watching to see what's going to happen with the Arc World Tour on this what's probably going to being a very short Monday stream, since I normally don't stream Mondays.
There's also been some of the changes that have been showcased as well, so the game is definitely going to get kind of crazy, and I'm excited to see
kind of
what people,
wishlisted.
manage to do with it.
Yeah.
It's coming 2025. Make sure to wishlist Hunter x Hunter Nen Impact on PlayStation and Steam. And we can't wait to see what you guys do with this game.
Give us a release date.
Now I think it's time to get into the nitty-gritty.
Yeah, now we're going to get into the core of this show, and I'm going to talk a lot. This is heading into the Arc World Tour Finals for
Here we go.
the 2024 season.
Time to find out our fates.
At this time, the tickets will be going live at the end of this show. So at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Tickets for
So it's only an hour-long
players and
show,
spectators
so
will be going live.
50 more
Got a
minutes.
lot
50
of
more minutes left of the show.
information, to get into. It's going to be at the Shrine Expo Hall, which we've talked about before. I believe there were one or two moments where people were a little
That's what
confused.
they
We're
said.
not in the main theater. We're in the traditional expo hall, so we're decking this out.
Okay, so we're not.
Any other
we're-
tournament.
we're-
There's
we're
gonna be
not-
a lot of fun things.
We're
for
not
you guys
we're not
to
in the fancy
experience.
theater.
Similar to last year, competitors will be able to
We're not.
register for Guilty Gear Strive,
We're not.
Grand
We're not.
Theft
We're not in the
Horizon,
fancy theater.
Under Night in Birth 2 LCQs through the Start GG. Alternatively, if you're not interested in competing and you'd like to spectate, those tickets will be purchasable through a separate ticket link through the Shrine Venues website, which we'll be sharing. Additionally, if you are on
Guilty Grand Night.
there as well. So
Guilty Grand Night.
get all of that information, but there'll be a whole landing page that'll be sharing a lot of the stuff that I'm about
Or-
to go
or-
over,
or,
the
Guilty
things
Blue
about the
Nights.
things that you'll be able to do at the show and have a good time.
Guilty Blue
and
and
enjoy
Birth.
yourself.
2.
Yeah, last year had a bunch of crazy stuff. I mean, we had the concert with Naoki and Aisha. We had tons of photo opportunities. A lot of cosplayers came through. We had a DJ that was dressed like Faust.
Oh, then there's 100% going to be there's going to be an LCQ for both Strive and Grand Blue.
On top of the amazing competition that we had with all the players from around the
Because
world.
there's
But it sounds like at
because
least when we were
because
talking
for
about it,
Grand
it
Blue at
sounds
least
like
there's
we're
8
gonna
auto
be adding
qualifiers, 7 for
more
points, and then 1 for
this
LCQ.
year, and I'd like to hear what that is.
Yes. So the first thing up is going to be that we are going to be bringing back our older titles for the show. Now, this is going to be
I'm not
a
sure there is or
opportunity
not
for
Friday
people to
nights.
play in a variety of side tournaments on the second day of the Arc World Tour Finals. So the first one we've got, I believe, is we're bringing back Blaze Blue BB Tag.
Great, but
We are going to be bringing
Crossing.
back Blaze Blue Central Fiction.
both Blaze Blue games having a side tournament.
No, did
Nope.
I mess up the order?
Yeah, it's all
Mess
good.
up the order. Mess up the order.
Second game we're talking about is Accent Core. Sorry, I got a little bit ahead of myself.
Oh, so is it going to be it's going to be
and
Accent
we've
Core,
got
XR,
two
eh,
will be,
XR, and Central Fiction.
having a side tournament, and then
Yeah.
lastly Blaze Blue Central Fiction. I got a little excited because it's been a long time since Central Fiction's gotten an opportunity and a spotlight around the Arc World Tour. These are going to be register on site tournaments on the
On
second
site.
day of the Arc World Tour Finals.
Interesting.
So while the group stage is going on, people will be able to go out and experience and play in
On-site
the,
registration.
side tournaments, for fun and for people to be able to hang out and get some experience with some of the older titles. If you hadn't actually played them, maybe it's time to train up on some of those old ones. And these are also available for spectators. So their signups won't be connected to the Start GG. Anybody in the building can come, play in the side tournaments, have some fun.
Yeah, I think side tournaments are something that a lot of people have been asking for. They're like, "Yo, where's Rev 2? Where's do you guys remember Blaze Blue Central Fiction?"
Do you guys even remember that Blaze Blue was a game?
Finals. I'm super.
Don't you remember you guys made it?
All the people that show up to compete. I personally will be watching a lot of CF. I'm looking forward to that bracket. It is registration available on site only. There will not be a pre-registration for it because we don't want to take away from the core of the event itself. We want to highlight our main titles, but still give some love to the retro titles or throwback titles in our catalog. So we really hope that you guys come out and support that.
Yeah, and hopefully we'll be able to talk more about details around side tournaments. But the next thing we have is something that we did last year. So last year was the 35th anniversary for those who have either don't know or have forgotten. Last year there were some special exclusive items that were available for purchase when picking up your ticket, and we are bringing that back again. So this year we're going to be introducing 3 items that will be purchasable as a bundle.
What the heck?
We've got a
drinking glass, a drinking coaster, and a pin.
We've got the coaster, a ceramic coaster to go alongside with
the coaster. The coaster looks pretty cool. I can't lie.
And lastly,
the coaster looks really
you
cool.
Quickly saw on that graphic, we've got a 3D metal pin for those who've seen the metal pins that have been created, I believe, for Potemkin.
What's up, Paul?
Potemkin, Faust.
It's a little hard to see, but this thing is heavy. While it is technically a pin and you can pin it to things, we've pulled out these little stands for it, but it is the key art for the Arc World Tour this year. It's fully 3D, so there's texture to it. This thing is kind of a monster, and when we got it in the office, we were people picked it up and were like, I'm not 100% sure how safe this is going to be pinned to a backpack, but with a nice little stand, you can have it on your desk mantle, on your desk, or fireplace mantle.
Yeah, I'll take the coaster. I wouldn't do anything with the glass.
Yeah, for those who are brave enough can pin it to their backpacks or their stick bags.
Those who are brave enough to pin it to their backpacks.
More so, we think this is just a really great commemorative piece. It's definitely high quality. If you have any of our enamel pins for Faust or Potemkin, they're super high quality, and this one is no different. It's really a testament to the quality of
it got delayed to 2025 because they're making improvements on the game and adding rollback.
They are limited, so if you want one, as soon as the tickets go live, you're gonna want to grab one. Very much while supplies last. These were difficult for us to get done, so there's you can get it by buying a ticket, or you can get it by adding it to your ticket.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, the exclusive items were really fun last year. This year, definitely.
And you also get a front row seats.
Grab a ticket.
So if you pay the extra money for the exclusive ticket, you get the drinking glass, the coaster, the pin, and you get a front row seats.
Last year has brought in a bunch of vendors and partners to be a part of things, and I think someone that we'd like to highlight today is going to be Arc Shop and their return to Arc World Tour Finals.
Yes. So Arc Shop is going to be in
I remember them. I almost bought this wolf.
Wide range of merch, but we do.
I walked by this like 20 times, and I kept wanting to get it.
Keychain alongside all the other character weapons.
But I ended up not doing it. But I almost did on several occasions.
Honestly, I'm probably taking both of these, and as an Anji main, these will be mine, and I will be able to Fujin wherever I want. But another cool little addition, and then if you see what Danny's been holding, we've
Holy
got
shit.
blankets. So these are are they cotton?
That chip is
They're
that.
soft.
They're super
soft.
Dude, that shit is
Super
that shit is
washable. I
badass.
cannot put this on my lap any longer. I just had to represent chip.
That shit is badass. Holy crap, that design was sick.
Chip, May,
Not sure I'd want it for a blanket, but that design is badass.
So, if you want to get your hands on one of these cool character blankets, we've got the key art one for all the May players.
Oy vey.
More May merch.
No, we don't need more May.
Leo merch with
Yes.
the blanket.
Leo. Oh, great, perfect.
His
We got
face.
a
Yeah,
face.
yeah. Imagine having that face as a blanket.
Doesn't have a whole lot of.
Imagine having that face as a blanket.
Being himself, being loud. We've got Elfelt as well.
Oh god, that's gonna sell out. That's gonna sell out immediately.
in the coloring.
You
that
go.
one.
This is Ramlethal.
Oh, God,
This is
boy.
the Hungry Clicker key arts that we did.
Oh god, both you guys know both the Remlethal and the Elfeld are gonna sell out immediately.
We got everybody. Okay, maybe not everybody.
You
but,
guys know that
a lot of
that's
characters
going to
who
happen.
Have not gotten a whole lot of merch. We'll get
People are weird. People are weird, so
And
you
then
know
even
that
if,
you know that
your
they're gonna
favorite character's
sell
not
out
in
those
there,
two.
Like I said,
Lord,
we got
not that
key art
face. I know, right,
as
bet.
well. So definitely something for you guys to check out. There's a ton of new stuff that's come out from Arcshop recently. They also had the sunglasses, the Bridget.
God.
pin,
Hey, look at the Oscar.
Mr. Dolphin,
The Oscar looks sick.
a-
Yeah, that's the Elfeld one. That's gonna. Yeah, the Elfeld one is gonna get bought out immediately. If you guys can see that one.
We've got the 3D enamel pins. They're
Yeah.
gonna have some. I think they did a special edition of their holographic collectible cards as well. But they're gonna be bringing a variety of things. Something cool that they did last year was they brought prototypes of
Yes.
products that they were trying to get approved. And so hope maybe they'll do that again this year. But they will have some AWT exclusive things in the works for you. So please look forward to that if you plan on attending the event.
Yeah, and outside of our shop, we're looking to bring more of our partners, more opportunities for you guys to get some cool stuff in person and try some stuff out. So,
I literally started playing Grand Blue Rising yesterday. Well, welcome to Grand Blue.
Us to announce more
I hope you're having a good time.
Closer and closer to the show.
I would take your million pin.
Man,
Fair
it's
enough.
coming up so fast. We have so much information that we need to get out to you guys, and we will as soon as we possibly can. But something that's kind of been
was a good go, Bill.
evolving over the course of AWT this year has been our Silver PlayStation Tournaments, or the PlayStation Tournament Silver Series. If you guys didn't know, PlayStation exclusively has been hosting Arc World Tour qualifying events.
Is that good? That's a good choice. That is a very good choice.
And there's been kind of a lot of
Went 3 and 2 in
craziness
Clover
that's
Cash.
evolved
That's not
over the
bad.
course of that time.
Could have been better, of
Overall,
course,
I'm
but it's
gonna
not bad.
Kick it over to you.
More
to
than
kinda take us
more
through
than
some of
more than 50
Yeah.
more than
So,
50%.
as
It's
I
always
said,
good.
We introduced some online tournaments functionally for points connected to the rest of the Arc World Tour.
Yes, you did.
This was an opportunity for people
I entered both
to
of them.
play within
One went well.
region and
One
add
didn't.
points to their
Freaking Diaphone in 2B.
This is a chance for some people to get involved in the Arc World Tour who may not travel as much or be in as much of a position to travel, as well as give our consummate competitors a way to pad out points. And we're going to be talking about a couple of those tournaments and how they've affected the points makeup and qualification for certain players. So the first one we're going to be getting into is the North American one, in which Jonathan Tene managed to pick up the win.
My boy Tene.
What's important to keep in mind here is starting from this point, Jonathan Tene is currently sitting in 9th position. The picking up the win gave them the additional points to hit 165, putting them about 30 points behind Leffen, and it put them in line with Razzo, who they ran into during the tournament. Razzo and Jonathan Tene have come up against each
bad.
other a
You're,
ton of
the,
times.
the World Tour is
Lots of
down. To, the World Tour is down to its
tournaments
final 4 tournaments. One this weekend, and then back to back tournaments starting the middle of January, and then that's the end of points for the World Tour. So yeah, it's slightly late to try and get in on this one, but you can definitely get in for next year though, if your goal is to compete in this game.
Pretty much in line. We can assume.
And it's probably going to be a big announcement for Season 2 and future DLC starting next week.
There's no guarantees, but both CEO Taku happening this weekend and Frosty Faustings
So you
happening in
so you
January
guys so you
are still on the
can
calendar.
be excited to check
Given
that out.
There's a decent chance that they'll run into each other. We're kind of assuming that these points have made a pretty substantial impact in, one, their qualification into the Arc World Tour, as well as how things are going to affect them in seeding and then heading into the group stage.
Yeah, good. Getting into it now, a couple of months before the start of the new season, is a great way to do it. I pretty much got into the game a month before the last finals.
One of those people
And now 1 year later, I'm going to be qualifying for the finals.
As everybody knows, every time he comes on, he kind of provides just.
Well, have your fingers crossed for you, Bet. Worst comes to worst, you do got Fatal Fury, 2XKO, and Nen Impact all coming out next year. So there are new ones coming out, but we'll have our fingers crossed that this is the game for you. And I stream this game like 4 days a week, so you can always come by and ask questions if needed.
Current leaderboard standings for a second. And you guys can see a little bit more of what I'm talking
Hunter
about.
Hunter
So
Nen
if
Impact.
two of them matched at the same amount of points.
It's basically Marvel versus Capcom, but has Hunter Hunter.
Them solidify themselves, and two, possibly let them jump.
It's just that Hunter Hunter Nen Impact is probably going to be the least, or probably be the smallest of the three. Fatal Fury probably taking over KO spot, and then of course 2XKO being the big ride fighting game that everyone's waiting for. But they're all coming out next year though, so they're all coming out next year. So you do have a couple of new fighting games coming up.
Basically, CEO Taku and Frosties are their last opportunity to secure position and jockey for position.
And speaking of Europe, I think we also held some PlayStation Silver Series tournaments for Europe as well.
Yes. So the second set we're going to be talking about is Leffen. Leffen, a stalwart competitor, a Evo champion, very much so picks up opportunities wherever possible. Traveled a lot throughout the year, but
doing the left counter
made
exchange.
sure to play in the silver tournament.
That's the Danny God.
And
He ran the full combo. He outrun the full combo online tournament series back when I was first getting into tournaments.
Mark is almost a guaranteed safety point.
So I started entering his online tournaments before I ever went to my first offline tournaments.
Win created that gap between Jonathan Tene and Razzo, who we were just still talking about.
I don't know why they didn't leave it as Project L. Okay, everyone agrees Project L's a better name.
But picking up any additional wins, be that any.
There was actually fun enough. There were actually both jokes / actual discussions of people wanting to make something that people could sign to try to get them to change the name back to Project L.
Depending on what Leffen does, whether or not they play at Kayane Cup, travel to Frosties, all this is still unknown.
I'm not even gonna lie. People joked about making a petition for that.
More so than anybody below them, and they've got a pretty good gap between them and the next closest person, pretty much requiring anybody to pick up a first or a second. It looks like they're going to be showing the leaderboard. So if they show the Grand Blue leaderboards,
Prepare for everyone to laugh at me, everyone to yell at me. Why does Zane steal all the points?
Meaning at that right side, I mean, that's just going to be a free for all.
Yeah,
it's who can make the most out of the rest of the competition that's available.
Yeah, Project L was basically the placeholder name, basically because the fighting game was originally called Project League of Legends, so they call that was the original name put to the game. So they shortened it to just Project L. But that was never the actual name. So basically, 2XKO stands for two characters KO knockouts.
3-ish week window.
So two characters knockouts.
All of the remaining points
2XKO
put together, as well as 3 more direct or a number of direct qualifications in
I believe
specifically as far as guilty.
Yeah, well, they're still talking about that.
There's still a fair bit more to sort out, but we are coming down to
the website currently shows
a name that I see on our run of show here that's so nicely brought up.
Oh, they removed the boxes.
South American name.
Originally they had, I believe, either 14. They had either 14 or 16 boxes for characters for the lineup. So at this point, we're basically either at the exact halfway mark, or we're just under the halfway mark for characters being announced. I'm pretty sure it's either. Before they changed that, there were 14 or 16 boxes for future characters.
The points picked up here were
Not
definitely
Fennec.
important.
That's fair.
Put wrong over the top.
Even a lot of longtime Guilty Gear players are not a fan of what they turned Strive into. So don't worry. Your opinion is one of many for what happened with Strive. They kind of took the Dragon Ball approach of trying to make everybody insane, and a lot of people aren't the biggest fan of it.
But most importantly, and we go to a bit of the redemption story, winning Battle Coliseum, the Brazilian event on the Arc World Tour this year, as well as last year. Last year, the invaders showed up. Peppery Splash went down there and stole away the direct qualification spot. For those who aren't familiar, last year, everything was direct qualification. There were no points. You either made it in or you didn't. And so this basically made it so that Wrong was able to defend home turf this year, and picking up this additional win balanced things out so that Wrong could sit.
Shout outs to Potemkin's theme in the background,
just behind Jirara. Now, not sure if they intend to travel anywhere else. I'd say they're pretty much safe, but this one was more of a hero of Brazil, making sure that all opportunities were, taken.
Yeah, Wrong is one of those competitors.
Current AWT.
Every time I watch him, it's just.
You will not see me in any of those there, Bats.
Regardless of your feelings about gold.
Evo. Actually, depending on where in Evo you might see me. I appeared on stream a couple of times at Evo. Not a combo breaker, and I was in the LCQ for the Arc World Tour finals.
That character look like the best character in the game.
I definitely did not make it far enough for that.
Brazilian representative on our leaderboard, especially after our time at Brazil Game Show.
Yeah, if you're looking specifically for Zeta, Melodious and Showsong would be who to look at.
Yeah, so solidly positioned, great buffer between them, and even the next farthest person down, Gobo. So highly unlikely. It's going to take some very, very key wins from individuals on the bottom half of that leaderboard, picking up 100 points.
Oh, Guilty Strive definitely favors aggression. That's for sure. Unless you're Epic Chaos, but then you're fine.
So that has been our Silver Showcase on the Silver Series, brought to you guys by PlayStation. This has really just been an opportunity.
It looks like so it looks like I'm safe. They're not gonna put they're not gonna put the Grand Blue leaderboard up. They're only talking about Strive. It looks like,
as well as just to highlight.
Yeah, it looks like they're only talking about Strive.
People we've had competing. We have some well-known names like Leffen, Razo, Tene, but Wrong has gotten the opportunity, and hopefully in future you guys will want to compete in some of our online events going forward in the store.
Absolutely.
When you're playing defensively, you're just walking back a bunch or dashing back a bunch. You get what's called a negative bonus, which means you lose meter.
Upcoming year. Can you tell me a little bit more about what our schedule is?
So the same as last year, we're looking at a 3-day show. First day is going to be LCQs for all 3 games, as Uni has moved from side tournament to full function on the tour this year.
Okay, never mind. There you go. There is an undeniable LCQ. Okay, yes, never mind. You're good.
And then all of those side tournaments that I brought up, and then on day 3 we'll be back with all 3 games for our top 8s, starting with Uni in the morning, and then Grand Blue, and then finishing out with Guilty Gear.
Yeah. It looks like most of the, based on the way this is breaking down, it looks like most of the additional content outside of competition will be happening on day 2, because I think there's a little bit more room for you to breathe and get more activations in and more activities for people to take part in. But man, top 8 day.
Blaze Blue Central Fiction.
I'm excited to see Uni back on a main stage, period. It was super cool.
A game that's like over a decade old, but everyone to this day still loves it.
It's fantastic. Hats off to the Uni community, and we can't wait to see what kind of show you put on, as well as the other communities. Uni's just got a special place in my heart.
Yeah. Day 2, we're going to be looking to create as many fun opportunities for you guys while
What's
it's
up,
going to
Jer?
be a really packed day with the groups. That's a lot of matches. Sometimes people need a break. There's going to be, those side tournaments as well as some unannounced content. And then, Danny's brought up things like cosplay, playing versus the devs. A lot of the same stuff that you guys got to experience at the ARC World Tour Finals back in March. We're bringing back as many of those opportunities.
It's more so the
Just have
fact that
fun,
it's
enjoy the games, enjoy the
it's more
community,
so the
and,
fact that
really
Blaze
celebrate
Blue
what
community
makes all
isn't
these
as
games
large
fun.
anymore, of course, because it is an old game.
Awesome. Well, I'm looking
So
forward
most
to
people
it.
that
I'll
still
be
play
there.
it now have been playing it for a
Course you will be.
long
And
time.
I'm looking forward to seeing more people.
So
come
it's
out for
like
it
so
this
like when you
year.
go into the game, you are joining the
Can you
deep
tell me a little
end
bit
basically
about
immediately.
How the seating and formatting looks.
All right, here we go.
in
Hang on.
World Tour Finals?
Hang on.
Yes, so now we're
There we
getting
go.
into some of the more complicated
Yep,
bits
here we go.
of the
Hang on.
show.
Important
In terms
info
of
right now.
uni, because all the players have qualified off of individual events, and then there'll be the LCQ, the uni players will be coming in on a completely, random draw pick seeding. No event is better than the others. But in terms of Guilty Gear and Grand Blue, we've
the
got
hell?
some explaining to do. So
What the hell?
this helpful graphic will show you guys a little bit about the way the seating is going to break down, and then I'll explain a little bit about the draw show, which we did last year, is coming back but in a new way. So the first things first, in both Guilty Gear and Grand Blue, we are looking at the events seating based on the size of the event. Larger the event, harder it would have been to win it, which is why EVO is sitting in that first position, followed by EVO Japan, Frosty Faustings, UFA, and Versus Fighting. Now, keep in mind that the only event left, as far as Guilty Gear is concerned, is Frosty's. And we're going to assume, well, this is subject to change, we're going to assume that Frosty's is not going to have a higher turnout than EVO. However, anything is technically possible, which is why under the Grand Blue section, we've left it a little bit more ambiguous to give you guys, an understanding, and all of this will be finalized as soon as all events close in terms of registration. In the case of Grand Blue, it's going to be the number 1 event in North America, assumed to be EVO, the number 1 event in APAC, assumed to be EVO Japan, the number 1 event in Europe, which is where most of the confusion happens, because we're still waiting on Kayane Cup to finish, but it is likely to be either UFA or Kayane Cup, depending on how the signups land. South America would be Battle Coliseum. North America's second event, likely to be Frosty's. APAC second event, likely to be Cygames Cup. And then the remaining EMEA events with Versus Fighting and or Kayane Cup. This is why we've put it in this fashion, but it is based on size of event and then this region stratification as far as Grand Blue, and then in Guilty Gear, just straight up and down size of the event. Seeds 6 through 15 for Guilty Gear are the points qualifiers with the LCQ, and subsequently the same situation for Grand Blue, just 9 through 15, and then the LCQ. I know it's a little bit complicated. We'll be sharing more information as these events close up their registration and putting out the final official seating seating order.
It puts it as a
as it
draw.
stands.
It puts it as a draw
And
show.
Now we can, with that in mind, anything you'd like to say before I explain the second half of this?
No, I know that you've.
Okay.
We went back and forth on this quite a bit just to make sure that everybody had the correct understanding, and at the end of the day, this is the graphic that we came to. I
So
think
it's gonna
you've
be
done
a draw
as good a job
show?
of explaining as you possibly can. I understand what you're talking about. We don't know. We don't know what's going to happen. Frosty Faustings could come out of nowhere and get 5,000 people.
I mean,
to
I hope
register.
for I hope for the Frosty team's
So-
sake that doesn't happen.
So when
that would be a lot of people.
so when it says
and,
it's a
that
draw
might get a
show,
little
though,
crazy.
so-
But yes, this is how.
So is it going to be
we're
1,
phrasing
2, 3,
it.
4
We're
can't
trying
be in
to
a
convey
group
as much
together?
information
Group
while
together.
making sure everybody
5 through 8
understands
can't be in
that
a
they're
group
just
together.
speculative, and we didn't
And
wanna
then
lock things
all
in
the
too
point qualifiers
But
just get
we hope you
randomly
guys all
put in
understand how
one of the
we're
4
laying
groups
out
from
the
there.
seating, bit
Is
of
that how it
understanding
works?
of why we're
But then
laying
how
out
would
this
that work for
seating,
Guilty
the
Gear?
methodology,
Because
behind it.
there's one
The
auto
second
qualifier and then everything
And the
else.
follow-up to this is that the draw show is going to be live in person for the players the day before the start of the event.
Oh,
The event
joy.
starts on Friday. The draw show is going to be on Thursday.
Joy.
Players are going to get to pick their groups.
Oh, with
The order is going to be determined by their seed, and that information we'll be sharing later. With
Players
another
get to
very
choose their
more
groups.
comprehensive graphic that will explain.
Players
the
get to
order for
choose
all
their
the players
groups.
involved.
Oh boy.
This is going to give the players as much agency as humanly possible in their groups, especially considering that the seeding information is coming very, very late.
Oh boy! All of a sudden, I want to win Frosty now.
The uni players will draw.
I want to
anime,
go win for. I want to go win.
on
I want to
their
go
own
win Frosty
after
now.
The uni LCQ on the Friday, and the Guilty Gear and Grand Blue group stages will be determined, with the LCQ player being placed towards the end of that group draw the day before. So, a little bit of chaos. Nobody gets to plan out and prep. There were a couple of complaints from players being like, my matchups aren't great, and you just gave everybody more time to practice, so nobody gets any practice. Everyone's going in blind, and, you know, it is no longer up to the fated hand of Sajam. It is up to the fated hand of the players.
Yeah, they're gonna have to prepare for every outcome, right? Like,
All
you
of a sudden,
can't
all of a
guarantee,
sudden,
oh, I'm gonna be playing
all of a
against this
sudden,
that
screw
character.
screw you guys for
Prepare
complaining
for
about my
the
points. I want to win
roster,
Frosty now.
Prepare for the people that are in the tournament, not just in their groups. So it's exciting. I think we're gonna see an elevation of competition due, or in part, due to this format. So I'm excited to see that.
Yeah, and like I said, we're going to be following up all of this information, you know, very much locking in and clarifying the exact seating order as we get the information for the platinum players, which are those event winner, you know, orderings, and then we'll be following that up with, you know, once all the players are and all the events are done, that full seating, so everyone will see what the full seating order is. And then before that, we'll be sharing the pick order, so the players know what position they're going to be picking from, and, you know,
I'm gonna start preparing from that.
it favors the higher your seed, so there is a bit of an advantage there, but there is a degree of agency for everybody involved.
So the good
some level of choice.
So the good
that's how
the
we
good news
work
for
this
me
out
is
this
that
year.
since I'm number 1 in
I'm sure
points,
there's going to be
I'm going to get the best choice for the people in points. But there's still going to be 8 people that choose after me though.
The luck of the draw.
So
Yeah.
I'm
looking
only
forward
go.
to seeing a more,
So I'm only going to
putting
be
together
able.
with you a more detailed graphic on how that's all going to look. We'll put that on socials as soon as humanly possible.
Yes, I'm only going to be able to
We'll put
choose
all
who's
this
a.
other
I'm only going to be able to choose of the
information
people
for 2024.
in my
We
group
definitely have
based
no
on.
shortage
I'm going to choose based on the
announcements for you
people
guys to
based
enjoy.
on one
We
person
cannot
per
wait to
group.
see everybody at the show, and,
Even
please stay tuned
so
for
yeah,
more
if
information,
if I win
regarding
if I manage to
our
get
full group.
Frosty, I
We're
would get to
super excited for it.
choose. But after each group has 2 people.
So, as we said, we're moving quickly, little bit faster than I originally anticipated. But the tickets are going to be going live at 7 p.m. So make sure you guys are checking out the Start GG. Make sure you guys are following up everything on socials, so that you can, you know, get your tickets as
So the way
quickly
the
as
World Tour
possible,
works
especially
is that
you
for
want
the specific art
exclusive
before the Arc World Tour, the thing we're looking at right here,
And,
there are
this is
3
small
types of
posting.
there are 3 types of
It's not
events:
flimsy.
platinum events, which if you win, you are automatically qualified;
Have to use
gold events, which are worth up to 100 points for winning;
So make sure you
and then
guys
silver
are
events,
paying
which are
attention to that.
online tournaments, and there's
So
only a couple
20-ish
in
minutes
each
from
in
now,
each
it's gonna be
region.
going live.
The way it
Anything else you
works
wanna
is that
say
there
before we wrap
for
up?
Grand Blue there are
Just
8
thank you for putting this
automatic
together. I know we've gone back and
qualifying
forth a lot about
events.
this, and
The
we would
the
just wanna
8
make
winners
sure
of
information is
those
displayed
are
as
in the
easily as
finals,
possible,
and
for
then the
everybody out
and
there
then the
to
top
interpret.
7
I'm
points
sure there'll be
earners
questions that we'll
across
get
all the
back to
tournaments
you.
across
We'll
the
make
year
sure
that
we
were
get more
worth points.
information
The
out
top
there.
7
But
points
please keep up
earners
with our socials,
qualify,
we're on Twitter,
and then there's
Skype,
1
Instagram,
LCQ
YouTube,
spots
Facebook,
for the winner of the
whatever it happens to
LCQ
be.
to gain
We
that
will
last
be
spot.
updating you guys as much as we can,
And there is no limit. There was no limit to the amount of tournaments
Tickets
you
are
can
going on sale
enter.
at 7 p.m. Make sure to get yours, especially if
in
you
order
want
to try
the
and get
VIP
points.
products, or sorry, the exclusive merchandise. The exclusive merchandise, make sure to get them as soon as possible. Supplies are limited. And yeah, I think that's about it.
Great. Well, we want to thank you guys for joining us. You know, stay tuned to social media for more information. Make sure you go get your tickets as soon as possible, and we'll see you guys at the Arc World Tour Finals.
Pot cars are coming back. Thank you guys. Take it easy.
It begins. Another battle.
Let's get this done.
It is time.
So that means Rialzo flew to South America, won like a 30-man bracket, and is going to get to choose his group after he gets to be the one to finalize his group. Christ Almighty. He flew to freaking Brazil to basically auto win to qualify, and he's literally going to be the last, and he literally gets to choose his group after everyone else, after the other 3 members of his group are decided. Fucking Christ. And for getting first in points, I'm going to be able to choose after one person each group is decided.
Win, wrong is there's going to be bent harder it would have been to.
So assuming this is going to work the way I think it works, they're going to take 4 people 4 times basically, and then they're going to get groups A, B, C, and D. So numbers 13 through 16 are basically just going to choose A, B, C, or D. They don't get a choice. Numbers 9, 10, 11, and 12. I'm with me being number 9 right now. Gets to choose starting from number 9 if they want to be in A, B, C, or D based on who they see in A, B, C, or D. Then after that, they're going to have 5, 6, 7, 8. Starting at 5, they get to choose what group they're going to be in. They want to be in based on the 2 people in groups A, B, C, or D. And then lastly, you're going to have 1, 2, 3, and 4, and they get to starting from number 1. They get to choose what group they want to be in based on the 3 people that are in A, B, C, and D. That's what I think it's going to be like. So yeah, that literally means Rialzo just flew to Brazil and got himself the ability to actually no. Well, that's tank. Well, it's fine enough. I think I'd rather win Frosty. Like I'm not even going to lie. Based on the way this works, I'd rather be number 5 than number 4. Because number 4 doesn't get a choice. If the way I'm thinking of the way it works, number 4 is not going to get a choice. So that can't be right then, because that's right, number 4 doesn't get a choice, which would be kind of bad or kind of dumb. But I'm also not sure. Hang on. Does someone else know? Or can someone else? Does anyone else? Okay. Does anyone who knows how Tekken does theirs? Does anyone know how Tekken does their group stage picks? Well, possibly someone answers. I'm gonna look, see if I can figure it out. The selection, or so if this is for Tekken, 5 player, let me make the group first. Numerical order. Oh, that's going to... Okay, yeah, never mind. They're not going to do that. Yeah, Tekken worked a little different. The way Tekken worked was the rank 5 player picked a group, and then numbers 6 through 20 after that. Although again though, if you're number 6 through if that were to be the case, I'd want to be a lower rank, because then I can pick after people have already picked their groups. I'm so... Yeah, if Frosty somehow manages to get more than like 1,400 entrants, which I don't think is humanly possible, then yes, the winner Frosty would get the number 1 pick. Otherwise, they're going to be the number 5 pick, which I'd be very happy with the number 5 pick compared to the number 9 pick. Because if I had the number 5 pick, then assuming what I'm thinking is right, then I would get to choose my group first after the first 2 people from every group has been decided. But again, I must be getting this wrong. Because it's like they can't do 1 through 16. Because again, if you did 1 through 16, then the number 1 pick would have no advantage. Because Aaron, let's just say it's like Guilty Gear, right? And Evo is number 1, which is probably what's gonna be for Grand Blue as well. That would mean Evo gets to pick number 1 for A, B, C, or D. Nobody's in there yet, so they can choose an empty group A, B, C, or D. Meaning they get no choice. Meaning they won Evo and they get no choice for it. So it makes no sense that would be how it would work. So yeah, I think it has to be based on groups of 4. Yeah, I know, Aaron. That's why I'm trying to figure out how it works. 'Cause it would make no sense if it's literally just pick order like this, because then you would be screwed for winning Evo. The way I think it's going to work is that they're going to split everything up into groups of 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4 is one group, 5 to 6, 7, 8 is one group, 9 through 12 is one group, and then 13 through 16 is the other group. And then starting from the back, so starting from 13, 14, 15, 16, we'll choose A, B, C, D, and then 9 through, and then after that 9 through 12 we'll pick A, B, C, D, starting from 9. And then 5 through 8, 5 will get to pick A, B, C, D, and then 1 through 4, A, B, C, D. That's how I'm guessing it'll work. But then again, at the same time, then that would mean it would be bad to be number 4, because then you wouldn't get a choice. So I don't even know. Because then that would mean it's bad to be number 4, because you wouldn't get a choice in what group you're in. I do play leverless, yes. Yeah, but that's Bongo Beerus up there. He whenever I press a button on my hitbox, he copies what I do. But yeah, so I'm guessing they'll announce soon how exactly the draw is going to work. But I'll be honest, I do not understand. Well, Aaron, you technically get your wish. You said you wanted to be able to choose for groups, and That is exactly what's happening. We're going to be choosing groups. If it's the way I think it is, you're going to get to choose which group you want to finish up, and I get to choose what group I want to be in after one person gets picked. Yippee. Okay, yeah, I got, yeah. Yeah, they're going to be streaming Frosty Fausting. Now all of a sudden, even though I've got a bunch of points, now all of a sudden I want to win Frosty Fausting. Because going from the number 9 pick, or from the seed 9 pick to the seed 5 pick is huge. That's an entire group of people that are going to go before I go. So now all of a sudden I really want to win Frosty. Because my points don't really mean a whole lot. Finally playing the 2.0 patch. We'll find out next week, Cheeky. We'll find out next week, because next week is Grand Blue Fest. And that's going to be announced, or not going to be announced. Grand Blue Fest is going to be next weekend, and last year at Grand Blue Fest they announced 2B, they announced the release date of 2B as well as showed the trailer for her, and they showed off Beatrix and Vayne. So if they're going to copy last year, then that means we're going to get an announcement of the release date of Season 2 in Sandalphon next week. Yeah, well, it all kind of depends. It all kind of depends. I'm not gonna lie. Like again, let's just assume it's what I think it is, and it's going to get split up into groups of 4. That would mean I would rather be 5 than 4. It all comes down to like if that ends up being the case, which I doubt it is, because then it'd be better to be 5 than 4. I would rather be 5 than 4, because then I would get to pick my group out of A, B, C, or D based on the first 2 people that get chosen to each group, compared to 4 who get stuck with whatever group is left after 1, 2, and 3 get third picks. So again, I'm not sure if that makes any sense. So that's why I would be surprised if that's how it works. But again, I just don't understand how they're going to do this. Because I literally looked up the rules for Tekken, and the way Tekken did it makes no sense. Tekken had the rank 5 player pick first, and then 6 through 20 got to pick afterwards. And then the ranks 1 through 4 players got to interrupt the groups at any point during the group selection to choose their groups. But again, if they're going to do that, why make rank 5 pick first? He's literally picking into a group of emptiness. That makes no sense. Oh yeah, the interrupt is incredibly OP. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. That part's cool. But why make number 5 pick first into just 8 empty groups, or 5 empty groups, or 7 empty groups, or however the hell many groups there were. Actually, I think there are only 4 groups. So why the hell did they make number 5 pick A, B, C, or D when there's nobody there? Then all of a sudden I'd rather be number 12 or 13, because then I get to see a couple people. Get picked first before I choose my group. Like, I'd rather do that. It doesn't make sense. Yeah, I'm basically guaranteed to make the finals. And at the moment, I would be the number 9 seed, since I didn't win one of these automatic qualifiers. I'm just the top points earner as of right now. I'm just trying to think about how this could possibly work. Because the way I'm thinking of it doesn't make sense either. And the way Tekken did it didn't make sense either. Because then all of a sudden it's actually, because if we did the way Tekken does it, I'd actually be okay. I'd be more okay being number 9, number 10, number 11, because then I get to see like if they started from 5 and then 5, 6, 7, 8, I get to see which of these players are. I get to see which players are up here are going to be in which group. So like the players that are high that automatically won the event, and I can choose from that. So I'd be like, yes, please. More than likely, I would take one of the European players. It would also depend, I guess, on who wins Frosty. And I guess it would be an entirely different thing. Also, we gotta see what hell happens with Season 2 that ends up being announced next week, and if it comes out before the World Tour. I don't get it. I was hoping that they would make things more clear. I can promise you that you will not be seeing me in your group. Yeah, Aaron, I don't think, and I'm pretty sure there's a good chance that depending on how the season progresses, and if we get Season 2 or whatever, I've got a decent chance of I would have the top players trying to avoid me, which I guess would be a good thing for me technically in the end. I'm trying to, I want to, of course I want to avoid you and Coco, because I want to see you guys, I want to make Sunday along with you guys. But besides that, like the only player I want to seriously avoid is Tororo. He would be the only player I would want to seriously avoid if we play on this current patch. Oh, I know it's definitely possible to have Saki or Fittis in my. Actually, well, yeah, there's definitely possible to have Saki or Fittis in my group. Don't get me wrong, but I think Saki is going to be in one of these two. Actually, no, Saki's the one that won one of the. Saki is the one that won a auto qualifier spot, right? Yeah. So Saki's going to be down here, and Saki's going to be down here in either 7 or 8. So technically, if it's the way I think it is, I wouldn't choose. Saki would choose at that point. The only people. So let's just say it ends the way it is right now. I would I would get to choose between Fitison, Elsa, Space, and the LCQ spots. If points ended right now and it worked the way I think it might work. Again, I'd be surprised if that actually is how it is. I would get to choose between Fitison, Elsa, Space, and the LCQ. In which case, more than likely, I would end up choosing Elsa because as much as I want her to do well, I do have a good record against her. And in the end, it is a competition that I'm trying to win. Bad Blood, thanks for the follow, appreciate it. What about Gamera? Gamera right now, if it does the way I assume it is, which again I doubt that's the way it is, so I'm just pretending like it is. Gamera would get stuck with whatever group is not picked by myself, Tororo, or Zippy. Because based on what it currently is, I would be 9th seed, Tororo would be 10th seed, Zippy would be 11th, and Gamera would be 12th. But again, I highly also Bad Blood, appreciate the follow. But yeah, I don't think that. I doubt that's the way this is going to work, but unfortunately, all this draw show format, whatever it showed us, is they did not explain very well how this shit is going to work, because this only makes me even more confused. Oh yeah, Grinch, absolutely. Unless the seating changes to where my only choices are 3 monsters and an LCQ, I am more than likely going to choose someone that's not the LCQ, because the LCQ, the person that wins the LCQ tends to be scarier than some of the other people. Yeah, and I'd rather not fight Artorias or Zerom in first to 2 or first to 3 or whatever in groups. Like I said, I'd rather fight Elsa. I'd rather fight Space rather than those two. I'm not saying either of them aren't really good. I would just rather fight fight either of them over Artorias and Zerom. Zerom because he's an absolute beast, and Artorias because he plays Siegfried. So that could change if we get season 2, and I get an actual character to fight Siegfried. If we don't, and we play as is, and I don't get a character to fight Siegfried, I will be doing my best to avoid both Tororo and Artorias if he wins. Rookies right now. So what tournament the rookies win? Rookies won Evo Japan, right? Yeah, so rookies is currently the number 2 seed. So pretty much all the people you're telling me to be careful of would choose after me. Again, assuming it works the way I think it will, which again I doubt it will because with the way I'm thinking it works doesn't make sense either. But remember, Saki, Coco, Aaron, Riazo, rookies, they're all going to pick after me. So if they end up in my group, it won't be because of my choice. Yeah, bad. I'm not gonna lie. So the last 2 Dragon Ball World Finals that I went to, I got stuck with the LCQ winner. This last year, I managed to win against the LCQ winner. The year before that was my only loss in groups, was the LCQ winner. Oh god, no! Like literally anybody at this tournament is going to be able to beat anybody. Even the LCQ winner more than likely will be able to beat everybody there. I could beat everybody there, and everybody there can beat me. It's going to end up being 16 of the best Grand Blue players in the entire freaking world. So it doesn't matter. So I can choose which group I want to be in. Even if I got the most optimal pick, and three names are picked for four groups, and I can choose one of those 4 groups. No matter what, it's going to be a bad choice. It's just going to be which is going to be the best of those bad choices. I'm winning. Sorry, I'll see you in the finals, Aaron. we'll have a dual forward in the finals. And yes, Coco made it to the finals and got second through the LCQ. Carried by piece of shit. Carried by Nier. I'm joking. Man, pretty much like I said, the group. I'm probably going to have like notes on my phone for every player, but for when it comes to picking groups, but not specifically because of how good they are, but because I'm gonna have notes based on what characters they play. And then more than likely, I'm going to choose my group based on what characters they play. Well, again, depending on how many people are going to get to pick before I get to pick. Because if the situation happens where I get to choose a group based on if the groups are Citizen, Elsa, Space, or the LCQ winner, and I get first pick based on those groups, I'm going to choose Elsa. And if I don't get first pick from there, and I get to pick after that, I'm going to choose Space. Rather deal with Elsa or Space's Beatrix over what's probably going to be some ridiculous LCQ winner or Citizen in that freaking Lucilius. But yeah, the only thing this draft, the only thing this draft show has done is A, confuse me, and B, make me want to win Frosty. And if I end up making to the finals of Frosty and losing, and I get second, and I get 100 more points, and people are like, Zane, you didn't need the points. I can say, fuck you guys. I wanted the fifth seed of the group draw show. Yeah, I just don't understand how this is gonna work. It'll definitely be fun, but oh yeah, definitely better than pulling names out of a hat. Yeah, Aaron, do you know what happened the last time they pulled names out of a hat from me for Dragon Ball? This was my group. This was my group that when I got out. This was my group when they pulled names out of a hat for Dragon Ball. They split us up into groups so that way like the top 4 seeds couldn't be in a group together. I managed to get in a group with Wade, who I had beaten in the finals for UFA. I managed to get Obi, who I fought in winners finals of UFA. I managed to get Neku, who I fought in losers semis in Thunderstruck. And I managed to get Zanzas, the Middle Eastern player who I was warned about going into the event. and then the year before that I got Wawa. And then for the U.S. regional finals I got both Sonic Fox and Nitro. my luck with random group draws has never been good. Oh yeah, then this last year for the finals I got Pred and Inza. My luck with random draws has been bullshit. So I'm kind of glad we're not getting that for this, because odds are I would get like Gamera, I would get like Koji Coco, Gamera, and rookies or something as my fucking pool. Famous last words. Yeah, so I don't know how this is going to work, and I'll wait for them to. You win in one Evo. Basically, didn't really care or to do anything else for the rest of the year, pretty much. And now you have the best pick in the entire thing. Freaking run up Raging Strike counter hits to win Evo, and for the rest of the year he did not have to do shit, and he gets the best pick of the lot. If I was Toro, I would have dodged it. I mean, obviously. I'm joking, obviously. Especially at that time. At that time, I couldn't dodge Raging Strike worth of shit. Yeah, that's why I'm not planning anything out right now, Grunge. Like I'm not once next week happens, and we know what's going to happen with season 2. And once we know what's going to happen with season 2, then I'll be able to start planning out if such and such player is in this group, I want to be in this group, and this player plays this character or does well against this player or whatever. Like for the most part, basically this is how it's going to work for me pretty much. And I can tell you that more than likely this is what's going to end up happening. This is going to be the fact if nothing changes. I'm very much going to do my absolute damnedest to get everybody from Europe. And I'm not kidding. That is legitimately the game plan as of the current state of the game. If I get to choose my group, I will try to get someone from Europe, because everyone from NA has fought me God knows how many times at this point, and everyone from Japan has been dealing with Zenith's Grimnir for longer than I've been playing Grimnir. So I would run. So basically, even though they have and even though of course they have Grimnir's in Europe, none to the level of me or Zenith. So basically, if I were to choose right now, I would end up trying to get into a group with a European player. But again, that would be assuming that nothing changes between now and March, and I'd be kind of surprised. It's possible, but I'd be surprised. Also, the seedings are going to change. Who makes it is going to change. What seed is going to change. Yeah. So basically, if the person from Europe plays Siegfried, I will try to dodge them. Same reason why I'm trying to avoid Gamera. Even though Gamera primarily plays Percival. Not Gamera, sorry, Tororo. If Tororo primarily plays Percival, he plays Siegfried against Grimnir's, and I will be doing my damnedest to avoid that, again, assuming that we're on the same current patch that we're currently on. No Zeta player is currently qualified. Zeta is kind of a rare pick at this point in the competitive scene. But there are currently no Zeta players or at least that's qualified. Zeta does not suck. What the hell are you talking about, Hava? What the hell are you talking about? Of course, if Hava wins the LCQ, then of course I'm going to be doing my damnedest to avoid that group. Freaking Beelzebub player. No, we do not need to buff Zeta. Do not listen to him. We do not need to buff Zeta. We might actually make something incredible. We might actually make a serious problem if we buff Zeta. Where do you find who qualified? So you can technically check their website, but typically what I end up doing is I end up just checking out the Liquipedia link for the Arc World Tour, because they update much quicker than than the website typically does. So I usually look at that. It shows the tournaments. It shows who is qualified for everything, for all 3 games currently in the World Tour. The dark green ones being the regular green ones being who auto qualified, and then like the light greenish yellow are the people who are currently qualifying through points. It's what I do. Yeah, I don't even know. This show just confused me. I've literally been blabbering for the last half hour, going over hypotheticals that probably won't even be a thing, due to the fact that I don't even that even after them showing this, I don't have a clue how the heck this is going to work. Guess you picked one hell of a stream to click on, huh, Blood? Guess you picked one hell of a stream to click on. I don't know. Odds are I'm just gonna keep playing. Well, no point in worrying too much about it right now. There's still 3 months until the World Tour. Exactly 1 month until the first week of 3 straight weeks of Platinum events start. and more than likely, multiple players on the leaderboard are going to be either replaced or moved. So listen, so not too much point in freaking out about it just yet. We'll start freaking out about it after next week once we find out that whether or not there's going to be a season 2. Because if there's going to be a season 2 before the finals, then me and Aaron are going to have to spend a lot of time figuring that shit out when it happens, right, Aaron? And if there is no season 2 before the World Finals, then I got to start figuring out who the fuck I'm going to play if I end up getting one of these stupid Siegfried players. I'd be okay with that. Gives me a good excuse to not play Dragon Ball. just accept my fate of going 0-3 at the World Finals for Dragon Ball. And then when people ask, "What were you doing to get ready for it?" I'll say, "I've been practicing the season 2 patch for Grand Blue." Hey, it'd be a good excuse, no? Yeah, more than likely, unless Grimnir gets gutted, odds are I would end up sticking with him. But it really would come down to A, what are the changes to him? What are the changes to the other characters? B, are there any new system mechanics? And what are the changes to current system mechanics? Because if they change guard cancel and make it weaker, even if Grimnir gets slightly nerfed, he technically gets better because guard cancel got nerfed. And his game plan gets ruined by guard cancel. So if guard cancel gets nerfed, Grimnir by default gets much better than like the vast majority of characters. Because like a lot of characters, of course, will get better because guard cancel is nerfed, but Grimnir specifically will get much better. Will get better than most if guard cancel gets nerfed. So there's that. And then lastly, how's send off on? That would be the third thing to figure out. Would you miss the entire show, Shinku? Literally for the last 30-40 minutes, I've just been talking hypotheticals because neither me nor Aaron have a goddamn clue on what the fuck any of this means. I've been told going down that rabbit hole is a terrible idea. Yes. If you like pressing every button known to mankind, using anti-neutral skip and having over a second, having basically a second and a half to confirm off of everything, then that's the game for you. What is this draw format shit? We don't know. That's the thing. They showed us this, and they're like, we made this up to try to explain it to everybody. And then Aaron comes in, and me and him are just like, we got no idea what the heck any of this means. So this draw format shit is that we are going to pick our groups. All right. Apparently, we are going to have this be a Tekken situation where we are going to get to pick our groups. How we are going to pick our groups, we have no freaking clue. We have no freaking clue what any of this means on how we're going to pick our group. But we are going to be picking our groups on that Thursday before the finals. So the day before the LCQ. The day before the LCQ, we are going to pick our groups, and how we're going to do it, not a freaking clue. Yes, we are past 7 o'clock right now. They ended 20. Oh yeah. If you guys want to buy tickets to the Arc World Tour, now is the time to do it. Tickets are officially live. And if you want to get the special cup, metal pin and coaster and a front row seats. Now is the time to do it before they sell out. And don't worry, Blood. You'll as you learn fighting games, you'll understand what I meant. Was it sold out already, Grinch? $20 in, already sold out? That'd be funny. I can't get you because I don't get tickets. I'm in the event. So I'm not buying a ticket. So even if I wanted to get you, even if I wanted to get you that, I would need to buy myself a ticket that I myself would not use because I myself do not need one. What's your opinion on Undernight, Inbirth, and Melty Blood? I've heard of them, but know nothing about them. Undernight's cool. Undernight's cool. It's one of the games in this world tour. Melty Blood. It's not that Melty Blood's a bad game or anything like that. It's just not a very highly played game. I guess would be the way I put it. So it's like Melty Blood is at tournaments. So like if you wanted to go to tournaments, you could play Melty Blood, but it's typically a very small side event. Undernight came out this year, so it is still it is less than a year old. Like I said, it is on the Arc World Tour, and it is typically a main stage game for most tournaments as of right now. It's just that I don't know if it has the largest scene. What can I say? Say a seat 4 of fucking Riaza 1. That's what Aaron. That's what I was saying earlier. Like that honestly pissed me off a little bit when I first saw this screenshot. They're just like, oh yeah, we made it where the biggest tournaments will get the higher seed. Meanwhile, the like 30 or 40 person South American event won by Riazo gets the 4th spot rather than being the 8th spot. Freaking winning the South American tournament gets you a higher seed than winning Kayame Cup, Psy Games Cup, or Frosty Faustings. I'll repeat that. Winning Battle Coliseum in Brazil gets you a higher seed than Frosty Faustings, Psy Games Cup, and Kayame Cup. I think they might need to change that a little. Apparently, I should have gone to Brazil. Screw Mexico, screw SoCal, even though I literally live down here. Apparently, I should have gone to Brazil, because apparently winning that gets you a fucking top four seed in draft picking. So I hope this ends up changing, because just having it be based on whichever one had the highest entrance in South America ends up being 8. Nothing against South America, but I don't think Riazo flying down there to win like a 40-man bracket should earn a freaking higher spot than Frosty Faustings, Psy Games Cup, or Kayame Cup. Don't fight any of you. Yeah, that's the one thing. That's the one thing you notice about NA and pretty much in all fighting games. we're all very annoying in very different ways because we all play very different. Like if you look at Japan, they all play relatively uniformly. They play different characters, but they all play in a similar pace in a similar way. And NA, no, we all different. We all different and we all random. Who knows, Shiki? They're just doing. All I know is they're doing freaking. Right? Yeah, exactly. But Aaron, Aaron wants to do the draft pick, and Aaron was hoping for a draft draw, and now we are doing a draft draw. So we'll see how that treats us. I guess once they actually announce how the fuck this works, and then like I said, next week. I'll be honest. Even though it could end up being my character getting nerfed in the process, I hope we get season 2 before the tour. I'm hoping for an early January season 2 patch along with Sandalph on. I want to see some change ups in the game before we go to the finals. I don't want to see 5 Belials, 5 Luciliuses, and 5 Catalinas. I know that's not actually what we're going to see, but I still don't want to see that though. So we are going to, because as of currently, we are going to see a couple Belials, a couple Luciliuses, and a couple Catalinas as currently listed. Yeah, then there'd be two Seoxes, maybe 2 Beatrixes, depending on what if Gamera goes back to Beatrix or if he actually means to stick with the Versusia that he's been grinding. There's a meta. The primary characters you'll see a bunch of at tournaments are going to be Belial, Lucilius, and Catalina. There are a few other characters that you have Beatrix, who's an incredibly strong and incredibly popular character. Grimnir is very strong, but you just don't see a ton of him because he's not played very often. 2B is another character that's also incredibly strong, but not many people play her because she plays an entirely different game than what everyone else does. Let's see here. So we got Saki, who I think is playing the Lucilius now. Coco is on Belial. Aaron is on Belial. Riazo, who's on Seox. Rookie's on Seox. I'm on Grimnir. Tororo's on Percival / Siegfried. Zippy's on Lucilius. Gamera's on Beatrix until it said otherwise. Fitizen, I'm pretty Fitizen is because honestly, who the hell knows what Fitizen is on at this point? Could be Siegfried, could be Lucilius, could be many things. Elsa's on Catalina, and Space is on Beatrix. So yeah, it's going to end up being primarily Lucilius's, then a couple of Belials, a couple of Seoxes, a couple of Beatrixes, and then one Percival, one Grimnir, and one Catalina. Of the current people who are qualifying. Fucking Lucilius, man. Everyone's swapping to him. Everybody's swapping to him. But like I said, everything's going to change in a month. Everything's going to change in a month. Because in 6 weeks' time, we are going to have 3 more auto qualifier spots. And then up to 400 points just from winners or top 2s based on if it's a platinum event to be given out across the 4 tournaments. So things will change, and then yeah, like I said, season two could be announced. Yeah, CEO Otaku is in 4 days. Who's my main? I play Grimnir. How's Sakana-san? Just had to say that twice, right, Apolygus? How Gyarados are lame. Like I said, we'll see what happens when Season 2 comes out. Or if it'll come out before then. We'll find out next week. I'm fairly sure yes. I'm fairly sure yes you are. I'm telling you, Zeta is a probable top 6 character, or at least in my opinion, top 6 character. Some people have her even higher than I do. And she is one of the least played characters in the game. I should have said it twice. I don't know. You just wanted to emphasize that the other characters are lame. That's fine, though. It's me, yeah. Thanks for the follow, appreciate it. But yeah, we'll find out. We'll find that out in literally 4 days. Because Grand Blue Fest is Saturday and Sunday. Yeah, both Zeta and my character Grimnir see some of the least play in the entire game, and are both widely considered to be top 10. In the case of my character, some people call my character top 2, and he's like the fifth lowest played character in the entire game. And when it comes to competitively speaking, like people who actually make top 8, there are basically like 2 players in the entire world that do it. The main thing is, when played by a robot, she's ridiculous. The issue is, we're not robots, we're human beings. And to play her optimally is not easy, and then also you have to be really good at being able to read opponents, because her parry is basically one giant mind game, where if you're right, they will pay for it, and if you're wrong, you will pay for it. So it makes her not the most consistent of characters to play. And when it comes to making top 8s at tournaments, consistency is key. That's why, like I said, you're primarily going to be seeing these Lucilius players, the Catalina players, the Belial players making it to top 8 the most often, because their characters are the pure definition of consistency. Having an inconsistent character is fine when you're entering 5 round tournaments. When you're entering 10, 11, 12, 13 plus round tournaments, if your character is inconsistent, you are eventually going to lose. And in fact that all these tournaments are double elimination, eventually you'll lose that second time, and then you're going to be knocked out. That be how it be. Yeah, staying in winners is so broken, because the amount of games you have to win to make top 8 of a tournament compared to being sent to losers, and especially when being sent to losers early, is so extreme, like ridiculously slow. But honestly, at this point, just try to figure out how the game works, and then we'll discuss it again next week when we know when season 2 is happening. All right, that's the best advice I can give anyone at this point, pretty much. Here we go, because of the fact that with season 2 more than likely being announced this weekend, if they announce that season 2 won't be until April, then you can start worrying about, should I keep playing this character? But if they're saying season 2 is going to come out the first week of January, meaning literally in 2.5 weeks or 3 weeks from now, then there's nothing. Then you might as well just wait until then, and then go from there. That's kind of what I mean, Apolycus. And yeah, Zeta is a ridiculously strong character. It's just that she's not the easiest to play. Like I said, I personally think she's top 6. I think she's in my top 5. And another guy I know, she's in his top 3. So she is ridiculously strong. Like I said, just take some time. What's up, Icebound? I won't be able to go to a new game, Reverend, because I got a world tour in March. Then I can go to a new game because Fatal Fury comes out in April, so we can give that a try in April. More than likely, there won't be a schedule. So more than likely, I'm going to be streaming CEO Taku more than likely this weekend, and then you guys are going to be yelling. Then you guys are going to be yelling at me, Zane, season two trailer now, watch. And then we're going to say, screw whoever is on screen. We're going to watch that instead, and that's more than likely what's going to happen this weekend. That is honestly probably what's going to end up happening this weekend. Yeah, Fatal Fury is in April. So it kind of works out, because we're going to have the Arc World Tour in March, meaning I can play Grand Blue then. And then once Fatal Fury comes out in April, we can then give that a try and see if it's going to be a game I'm going to try to play competitively or not. If I like it, then we will mix time between Grand Blue and we'll mix time between Grand Blue and Fatal Fury. And then if I end up not liking Fatal Fury, we will just go full focus Grand Blue until Nen Impact and 2XKO happens. Yes, I'll have to get used to short hopping again. That was learning how to learning how to short hop in KOF 15 was more annoying than learning anything else in KOF 15. And no, Beth, unfortunately there is currently no release date. There's no release dates and we don't even know half the roster at this point. So the only thing we know about 2XKO is that it's supposedly coming out next year. That is the only thing we know about it. But yeah, so Hava's going to go win the LCQ with the Bubs. And that is Reverend. He probably would. Yeah, wouldn't surprise me. That's annoying. So that's fair. Would not surprise me if he did, Aaron. It honestly wouldn't. I did see the League of Legends TCG project. My friend messaged me with the video about that, and we're probably going to take a look at it when it comes out next year. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair, bad. Yeah, like I said, Grand Blue, especially with the announcement of Season 2, is more than likely going to be around for at least a little while. And then, like I said, you're going to have the option of Fatal Fury when that comes out in April. Like I said, we're going to check that out when that happens. You're going to have Nen Impact whenever that comes out, which I'm assuming hopefully will be early next year. And then of course 2XKO, which is probably going to be late next year. So you got a couple options for 2D fighters, two of which are going to be team fighters, Nen Impact being 3v3, Fatal Fury being 1v1, and then of course 2XKO being 2v2. Yeah, more than likely there's going to at least be one more year of Rising for the World Tour. Yeah, I'm sure there's going to be at least minimum one more year. So Grand Blue will be around for a while. And then yeah, like I said, when Fatal Fury comes out, we'll check that out. But for the most part, I am primarily just in the 2XKO rating room along with basically everybody else, because once that comes out, screw whatever I'm doing, that's going to be the main focus. But got time for, but unfortunately, it seems like we got time for that. We're gonna get another beta test sometime I think what was it, spring next year. So we'll have that. Besides that, yeah. Yeah, need the two SKO roster. And of what I was told by my informant, who has told me very little, the character who's destined to be my future main has yet to have been announced. So get to wait on that one. No, I do not know who it is, and no, I do not know who anybody else is. So he's not really an informant. It was more so it was just him teasing me. So I guess that was possibly more of a bad thing than a good thing. Saying to you, fuck you. Bats, I'll tell you this. I am a bit. I played her in the alpha test. She was a lot of fun. Hang on, let me find it. No, that's that. Bad. Check this out. There's the combo. Decent combos, no? Do our combos ever end? Don't worry, they're getting shortened. Alright, they're getting shortened in the next alpha test. Yeah, a lot of people played Ari. Ari and Darius, I think were like the most played characters in the alpha test. Then of course Echo. I think it was like Darius was the most played. Then I think it was Ari. Then it was Echo. Then it was Yasuo, and then it was Yasuo. Then it was Braum. Then it was Alawi. I want to say it was in that order for most played characters. Don't fact check that because I have absolutely no idea. It's just based on pure guess and what I remember seeing. But we'll be seeing what the changes is to that later, and I'm going to guess it might be like what happened for the last alpha test, where maybe they'll give us one more character before it. So like we just saw Jinx, right? And they said that Jinx will be in the next test. So maybe when the next test comes around, we'll end up getting an announcement of another character, and then that second character will also be in the alpha test. So then we're going to have 8 characters in the alpha test, putting us at either the halfway mark or one character over the halfway mark. So it's technically possible. Sounds good. Have a good night there, Reverend. I'm probably going to be hopping off soon, pretty much as well. So at this point, I've pretty much just been blabbing for the last hour about nothing. But yeah, I still just find it crazy that we're literally less than a year away from a 2XKO release, and at this point we're at most halfway through the base roster. Does that seem insane to anybody else? Like, if they end up going with 14 characters in the base roster, even though I think it's going to be 16, that means we're only at halfway right now. Meaning, within the next year, we are going to get the announcements of literally half the game's rosters. So we're probably going to get the announcement of a character like every other month, pretty much, or one character a month, pretty much for them. Actually, yeah. So more than likely, when the next update happens before the alpha test, it's probably going to be like literally one new character every month until the game's release. Otherwise, they're going to have to start revealing multiple characters at a time in order to be able to reveal the full roster before a 2025 release. It's literally going to have to be at least one character every single month. And a little backstory on that, or a little bit of extra info on that there, Bats. When Ranchu won the Tekken World Tour with Panda back in Tekken 7, Panda was considered to be arguably the worst character in the game. But in Tekken 8, Kuma is actually considered either upper mid to high tier, actually. So in Tekken 7, he did win with arguably the worst character in the game. But Kuma in Tekken 8 actually is a good character. Yeah, Panda versus Devil Jin. Actually, it was Panda versus Devil Jin twice because Knee ran Devil Jin entirely against Ranchu in that losers finals. So Ranchu had to beat Knee's Devil Jin and then Kudan's Devil Jin back to back, and then win back to back sets against Kudan since he was in losers, in order to win. So technically, he had to win 3 straight sets against 2 of the best players of all time, best Tekken players of all time, in Knee and Kudan's. Ain't that something? Meanwhile, he won this year with Kuma, but it was a little less of a surprise because he's kind of been kicking butts all year for the most part with Kuma. Not getting a ton of big wins or anything like that, but he was placing like top 5, top 3 in basically every single tournament he entered ever. Ranchu basically. Yeah, Ranchu is one of the players out there that basically prove that tier lists are just a guideline. They're not absolute. Yeah, I thought we had said that already, Aaron. That we're just supposed to wait to see what gets announced later, which is so dumb. What's the point of saying, oh yeah, we're going to announce the format just to make everyone confused about the formats? Hey guys, you ready to find out the format of you guys ready to find out the format for the World Tour Finals? You guys ready to find out how the heck it works? Sounds good. All right. See you then. Sounds good. Have a good night there, bud. It's like, why? But we've been blabbing for the last like hour, so I think it's time to quit the blabbing for now and call it here, because as Aaron just confirmed after rewatching, we are not going to know how this works, and they technically might not even know how it works just yet until later. So we're going to have to wait on this. We're going to have to wait on Grand Blue Fest this weekend. We're going to have to wait to see who's going to win the 3 platinum events. We're going to have to wait and see what's going to happen with the with the World Tour points. We're just going to have to wait. And waiting sucks. It's going to be like waiting for announcements this weekend on Sandalphon and Season 2 is probably going to be the fighting game version of waiting to open presents on Christmas morning. We're just going to be like, is it time yet? No. Is it time yet? No. Is it time yet? No. But is it time yet? No. So it is what it is. Yeah, so we're going to be calling this blabbing stream an end right here. So thank you guys though for coming and watching this show with me. I appreciate it. Thank you guys for putting up with my hour-long blab session of me just making shit up as I go, pretty much, because they didn't tell us how it was going to work, so just had to make it up as I go. And too bad, Fruki. You're just going to have to wait, and so are the rest of us. It's just waiting for this. We're going to be waiting to find out how the draw thing is actually going to work. We're waiting to find out what's going on with Season 2, and then if they announce Season 2 before the World Finals, we're going to have to wait for that to drop. We're waiting on Fatal Fury to drop in April. We're waiting on an entire 2XKO, half of a 2XKO roster on top of the actual release dates to drop. There's just way too much waiting going on, and I don't like it. So hopefully this weekend comes soon, so we can at least stop waiting for one of the things. And honestly, it's probably the most important thing of the bunch. Like knowing the roster of 2XKO is cool. Knowing the release date for 2XKO is cool. But more than likely, that won't be for a while, so that it's whatever. The World Tour is in March, so knowing how the draw is going to work is cool. But we can technically wait on that until we know who's actually going to be there, because at that point we'll have to figure. At that point we'll start making a plan on what person we're going to try and what people we're going to try and be in a group with. So what we need to know now is when Season 2 is and when will it drop. Because if it's before the World Tour, that's going to be the most important thing. But we'll be finding that out this weekend, meaning we still have a few days for that. So like I said, we're going to be calling here. So again, thank you guys for watching. I'll be back tomorrow, though. We'll be playing Grand Blue again as per usual, because we don't know if Season 2 is going to happen. So I'm going to keep practicing anyways, assuming that it won't. So until then, hope you guys have a good rest of your day and night. Whatever times you guys, because time zones, as always, are a very weird thing. And until next time, I will.